What's up, everybody? I'm Delirium Gamer. Welcome back to the channel today. We're back, and oh my god, we just checked out the POE to Return of the Ancients, and it's just with the reaction to it, and oh my god, they added so much content. It was so much that my brain was numb. But I'm loving all the quality and life improvements added to the game. I'm loving the new monk martial artist. So our monk is coming back. It starts May 29th. So we're going to be going heavy into the game. There's so much to uncover. This is the last update of the early access. And after this, the new game, the full game is going to be released, which is going to be, I think, December, January time this year. So this is like a 5-6 month update. So this is our reaction to it. It was absolutely crazy. Buckle up because it's so much stuff added. But make sure you lock in because the builds, the juicy monk builds are coming back. So family, without further ado, let's dive in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Those in darkness.
A little bit. Just a little bit different.
Lay dormant.
I heard that this Diablo's really good though. But you know, POE's my jam. So we're just gonna rock Crimson Desert until this comes out, then we'll jump on this. Return of the Ancients.
We who came before rise again.
Oh goddamn. They're doing a lot of good things though.
Behold,
I heard there's a lot of good
the
quality of life
first
improvements.
edict.
And now Endgame is not just endlessly doing maps. You can actually like progress and there's a story attached to it. Which I think a lot of people will appreciate more. It's not just like grinding Atlas maps. You can still do that too. But they made it a little more focused. And also too, we got our new martial artist, Monk. Bruh. I can't wait to jump into him. Rituals reworked. Everything got reworked essentially. This is supposed to be a 6-month season. New Ritual Pinnacle boss? Damn, that was wild. Genesis crafting tree looks insane. Oh, look at that guy. Look at that boy.
We become one.
Delirium got reworked as well. Mercenary always look really fun too. Here we go. The new updates. All the changes. I've never really played Expedition League, to be honest. Explore the ocean. Ooh, that was crazy.
Hunt like it's your last.
Continue the search. See what you can find.
Atlas classes? How does that work? That one I haven't looked into at all.
Was undone.
15 new bosses.
Now see how your story ends.
My god, this Atlas tree looks insane. New craft. I think I might lean into crafting this time. I feel like you can make a lot of juicy things last time. Yo, drops on, man. Oh my god, look at bro. Just that. Hold on. Just as. Look how clean that is. All right, there it goes. Look how clean that is. Did this break too? Is it on console yet? I don't know.
To face us is to face oblivion.
All right. I know, bro. I'm so hyped for the new monk. The monk look crazy. Oh, it is on consoles.
So as you can see, there's just so much going on in Return of the Ancients, it's hard for even us to keep track of it all.
Yes, there's
Now, we
a
promised
lot
that this one was
on.
going to revamp the endgame, and I'm very excited to talk about it. But first, we've got to talk about the League. So to do that, I'm going to hand things over to Mark.
My God,
Hi,
so much.
I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. Now, for those of you who are new to Path of
Bro,
Exile,
just play monk, bro. It's
each
so
time we
good.
release an update, we also release a new league. Not only do we have a new economy, but we also introduce new content through the campaign, which gives you a fresh play experience right from the start of the game,
Exactly.
as well
On
as
our
new
monk with a
mechanics,
new ascendancy?
storylines,
Bruh.
and in-game bosses.
Nuts. It's gonna be
In the
absolutely
Ruins
nuts.
of Elder League, you will encounter a man being attacked by the undead in Clearfell. After saving him, he introduces himself as Pharaoh, a young blacksmith trying to bring back the ancient art of Ezomite runesmithing. He has been collating his
Exactly,
discoveries
bro.
in a tome
You don't need
and is
weapons,
keen
just
to
throw
show you how
hands.
runesmithing works. By inscribing symbols on these ancient Ezomite remnants, you can create all manner of old magics. Unfortunately, on doing so, the corpses of the nearby undead are revived and infused with some of the latent power, making for a difficult fight.
I know people are saying the whole challenge thing when the monk is
After
standing
defeating
still,
these
but we have to
monsters,
wait. They always show
Pharaoh
like early
realizes
gameplay
that
stuff in these
runesmithing
videos.
is a dangerous business, and he is going to need the help of someone a little more martially inclined to discover these secrets. He lends you his tome and asks that you note down
I'm
anything
just ready
you
for all the
discover when
quality
you
of life
return to him.
improvements as well.
In
'Cause,
each
bro,
area
throwing
of the
hand
Ruins of
monk was
Elder
so
League,
fun.
You will find a remnant, and as you approach it, you will notice that some symbols are already present, and some are waiting for you to fill them in. Depending on which symbols are already present, you will have different options for which items you can create using this magic.
Okay.
For example, if you combine Tempest and Lightning, you can create an Orb of Augmentation.
Cool. So how do you even come up with all these leagues, man? There's so much to do. Yeah, this will
But
be
be
our
careful.
big June game.
The symbols used to craft the items also empower the monsters around the remnant, who will be revived as undead to fight again with different properties depending on what runes you used. So,
Druid was kinda nice.
If you use a fire rune in your recipe, the monsters will be empowered with fire.
Oh, that's cool.
Or if you use a moon rune, lunar beams will rain down as you fight the monsters.
I just feel they do a really good job making you feel like super OP, you know? Make you feel strong. Like it's just so satisfying to run through and nuke maps.
After the fight, break the remnant to receive the item you crafted. As you get higher level, you will start to find remnants with more slots for more runes, allowing you to craft rarer items.
Okay.
As the number of slots increases though, more waves of monsters will be added,
Naturally. Naturally.
with each wave being empowered by more and more of the runes. And this can get pretty dicey, because
shit.
some of the runes can have powerful effects.
I see.
Like the Oath rune, which will cause one monster to be nominated as a leader, spawning waves of minions. The leader itself will be invincible, but killing its minions will deal damage to it.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Some recipes can get pretty large, requiring 6, 7, or even 8 runes.
Oh my god. Those waves would be crazy.
Don't worry, you won't have to remember them. Pharaoh's runecrafting book will record all the options, allowing
okay.
you to simply pick which one you want to craft,
good,
given the
good.
existing runes
Please.
that are already on the Remnant.
Please, more quality life
To
improvements.
expand your knowledge and to allow
Bro,
you to
uniques
craft
are so
more
cool. Bro, tell me
items,
about it. I haven't seen any of
Pharaoh
them
has
yet.
asked that you keep an eye out for signs of runic magic around Rayclaws.
What do they do?
He wants to document anything you find in order to rediscover the secrets of Ezemite runesmiths of old. The first of these can be found in Ogham, and reveals to you an ancient secret,
Okay.
buried deep underground.
Love my POE 2 videos.
The
Really
runic
helpful.
magic
Hey, thanks
which
for
the
watching, bro.
Ezemites believe to be their own is actually of Calgary.
I'm excited. That's why I always
origin.
take 2 seasons off, bros. When I come back, there's like so much new stuff to uncover.
Thousands of years ago, the Calgurans came to Rayclaws to find sources of verisium, a metal on which engraved runes allow control over reality. Pharaoh is determined to learn these ancient ways and gain mastery over them. If you can bring him more verisium, he'll be able to use it to smith power into any armor, granting you runic ward.
Oh,
The power harnessed by the Calgurans since ancient times.
damn.
Runic Ward is a new resource that protects you from death. Should you run out of life, your Runic Ward will kick in,
Whoa.
sustaining your body until your life can return.
What?
It effectively acts as an extra life pool.
Oh my god, that's
Of
amazing.
course, should you take enough damage to run out of that, you will still
Wait,
die.
where is the meter of it? How do I know how much I
Every single
have?
piece of armor in the game can be upgraded this way. Even uniques.
Is it just
Some are
more
just a
health?
strict upgrade, giving Runic Ward with no downside. Others are more extreme, sacrificing defenses to get a much larger amount of Runic Ward.
Okay, it adds runic ward.
There are
That's all.
even some that add new modifiers to uniques entirely,
Oh,
making
damn.
them much more viable for higher level play.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's
But
too much,
the
bro.
Calgurans use Runic Ward for more than just a defense. It can also be used to power many other magics. Instead of using gems created from corruption, the Calgurans used runes of power and fueled them with Runic Ward. Many of the options available from Remnant crafting are new types of Calguran skills that exclusively spend Runic Ward to wreak havoc. An
Bruh.
example is Triskelion Cascade. Using
Bruh.
it will cause your next spell to be triggered multiple times in a Triskelion pattern.
Well, that's true.
You can
Hardcore will be
use it
better
with
now.
skills like Ice Nova that you cast from yourself, or with something you target at a distance, like Comet.
Wait,
There
so
are
what's
also
it's,
skills to modify existing effects using
it's
runic
launching
magic,
for me?
like Frost Flame Nova. Using this skill on a pack of burning enemies will transform the Ignite into Frostfire, both burning them and building up freeze at the same time.
Damn. Oh my
You
god.
have basic buffs like Hollow Shell that guards all nearby allies, to more complicated mechanics like the Mark of Repulsion that creates a mark capable of pushing away all nearby enemies. Instead of spending mana, like skill gems do, all these skills cost Runic Ward, and unlike gems, they don't have a color. This
Oh,
means that they don't care about attribute requirements, or what kind of weapon you use. These
amazing.
skills are designed to be used on any class.
Oh my
and so
God.
often interact with mechanics that apply across many characters.
Oh my goodness.
By combining
Bro, the
different runes together,
possibilities.
the Calgurans were able to support their runic abilities, and you can as well. There is also a set of runic supports that can be combined with regular skill gems in interesting ways. Concussive Runes allows you to add these concussive shockwaves to any skill that stuns,
Nice.
while Runic Infusion lets you spend ward to directly empower the damage on any skill. Now,
My.
there are other quests during the campaign too that unlock even more interesting crafting methods. Buried deep in the jungle in Act 3, you can find the Mystic Refuge,
Well, we're watching the reaction to the new trailer right
containing
now.
even more
All the new
secrets for
stuff.
Pharaoh to learn from.
My goodness. It just started. I'm already blown
Using
away.
this knowledge, he gains the ability to reforge unique weapons. With this technique, many low-level unique weapons can be upgraded to do significantly more damage.
Oh my god. Uniques
Now,
are back.
we've been able to take a bunch of uniques that had interesting
Amazing.
modifiers, but were not in-game viable.
So now all
and
uniques
give
can be
them a
good
bit of
now.
a boost to get there.
That's the
And
only
it's
thing that
not
changed,
just
right?
low-level uniques.
Or this.
All Kalguran uniques are able to be runeforged this way too, and they can do some pretty interesting things,
Yeah.
like Searle's Grit, a new unique,
Oh
which
my.
when runeforged can get one of several different outcomes. Now, there is still so much more that you can craft with remnants. There are also 100 new runes, as well
God
as
damn.
many other new crafting currencies.
Oh my
This
god.
is the runes of Eldur after all, and some of these runes have quite powerful effects.
I got a
For
new full-time
example,
job.
This elemental conversion rune will convert all the existing mods on a non-unique weapon from one element to another.
Huh?
Using it, you could combine a weapon with all 3 elemental damage mods into a single element, making
Oh
a weapon
my
with massive amounts of
God.
cold damage.
Oh my goodness.
There is also a rune that lets you destroy your rune sockets to turn them into a dual socket on your item.
Oh my goodness.
And there are even crafting meta runes that can unlock new types of mods when used with regular crafting. For example, this Rune of Chronomancy will unlock a set of time-related mods to be crafted on your boots.
What?
Once placed inside, use regular crafting orbs to attempt to get new mods like cooldown speed or increased skill effectuation.
Oh my god.
You can also create a new type of currency called alloys. Using regular metals alloyed with verisium, new modifiers not normally available can be directly crafted onto your items. Using imbued alloy could improve your ailment damage, for example. There are honestly so many options here that unlock
Oh
all
my
sorts of
God.
crazy crafting projects. So I think people will be experimenting with these for a long time.
God
Once
damn.
you get to King's March in Act 4, Pharaoh finally meets Danik,
Jeez.
a real Kalguran runesmith. And riddled with excitement, he wants to learn how to merge modern Kalguran techniques with the ancient knowledge that he has found. From here on, Pharaoh joins in the Kalguran expeditions that Danik has been leading.
Goodness.
With the ancient knowledge that Pharaoh brings to the table, the Kalguran expeditions that Danik has been going on will change significantly. For those of you who haven't played it,
Nope.
the Expedition League mechanic involves carefully placing explosives,
Okay.
uncovering the buried dead, and recovering verisium from them. By choosing where to place the explosives, you can choose which kind of challenges you would like to face, or rewards you would like to claim.
They really want us to play this
Unlike
expedition.
before, expeditions now contain the remnants from Runes of Eldur, allowing you to do some specific crafts along the way using the new League crafting mechanic. One very important difference from the simple remnant encounters, though, is that the empowerments that the remnants grant apply to every monster down the explosive line for the rest of the encounter, stacking together.
Oh my god.
This can lead to some pretty extreme situations. If you
Monk
stack
gets
too
new
many
ascendancy
remnants,
and
you
Huntress.
might be in for a fight beyond your abilities, but the rewards can be very worth it. Each mod on the monster is improving the items that they can drop. Once you get to the endgame, you will find that the Atlas has changed substantially.
Yeah.
To the south, you will now find the coastline of Rayclast, with the ocean beyond. King's March has not fared well after the Cataclysm, and lays in ruins. Rog's shop has been destroyed, but he is much more concerned about his wife, Gwenyn. He would like to launch an expedition deep into the ocean to find her. And this begins a new major mechanic for Expedition, exploring the ocean.
Nah, I appreciate the tip. I do
Previously,
that.
a logbook was a single encounter. Now, using a logbook, you can send ships to explore an area of the ocean to the southeast, uncovering a range of islands to begin your search for Gwenyn. You can hop from island to island, doing many new encounters. There are islands with expeditions, grand expeditions,
Grand expedition.
new bosses,
Well, we got the new monk ascendancy,
and
so I gotta
all
try that
sorts
out.
of other unique things to find.
We get now the martial artist.
Eventually, you will find the island
So
that
definitely
Gwenyn has been
unarmed.
holed up on.
Unarmed martial
It
artist.
turns out that she has found the tomb of an ancient Kalguran, Medved. While she appreciates you coming to her rescue, she is still keen to blow open the doors of the vault and take whatever you can find inside.
But I'll probably dive in prior. I need a refresher to get back in.
It's just a shame that
It
Midvid
comes
isn't
out on
as
the
dead as you
20th,
previously
29th of this
assumed.
month. New bosses.
Now, after you have defeated Midvid, you will find another logbook. And this time you can use it to choose which direction you want to explore. The ocean is vast and contains a huge number of new islands to find. With each logbook, you can explore one sector and you can go as deep as you like. There are all sorts of interesting objects to uncover and dungeons to explore.
Okay.
Many of the islands have expeditions with totally new mechanics. So for example, here is a volcanic island with voltaxic sulfite. Blowing up the sulfite will unleash extra waves of enemies. But there is also this wall with a suspicious light coming from behind it. On blowing it open, a giant ogre comes out,
Amazing.
and he is determined to eat as much sulfite as possible. The more sulfite mounds that you have blown up, the more empowered and the more rewarding he will become.
Amazing. Suffer.
These islands contain all sorts of little secrets that you can find and blow up. Free trapped wisps,
I forgot about the wisp.
blow open root doors, even raise ancient precursor technology.
For what?
And of course, more bosses. There are more and further vaults to blow up, and one of them in particular is pretty important. The Tomb of Uhtred, the Star Drinker.
Okay.
Uhtred was responsible for calling down the meteors of Verisium, which the Kalgurans used to power their ancient magic. And upon defeating him, he calls down a truly gigantic one into the ocean nearby. On visiting it, you find that it is shrouded by a strange energy emanating from the Verisium core of the meteor within. There is something growing in there, and it can't be anything good. In order to gain entry, Danig suggests that the Triskelion Flame, an ancient Kalguran artifact that can absorb and cancel the effects of Verisium magic, could be used to enter. But to find it, you will need to locate the Tomb of Olroth, leader of the Knights of the Sun.
Bruh.
Defeat him and gain access to whatever eldritch nightmare is growing inside. Now, we're not going to spoil the boss, but one thing you should know is that the Verisium that makes up the core of the meteor is of a quality that has not been available for millennia.
Shit. What can we make from that?
Bringing this to Pharaoh and Danig should allow them to forge some objects of power, the creation of which has been lost to time.
My God.
So that's the League, and there is a lot going on.
My God.
To sum all that up, there is a new encounter with over 30 new monster types and over 30 new rune modifiers to enhance them. You can create more than 100 new runes to craft your gear, as well as dozens of other new currency items. And there are new quests added to the campaign to unlock even more new crafting options. Rune forging armors, upgrading uniques, dozens of new Kalguran skills and supports, tons of new islands to discover by exploring the ocean, 5 new bosses, including a new pinnacle boss, and a bunch of new uniques to top it off.
Wow.
But there is still a ton more to come. It's time to talk about the massive changes to the endgame. But for that,
Buckle
I'll
up.
hand it back to Jonathan.
Now, as Mark hinted at before, the endgame atlas is very different now, and the ocean to the south is the least of the changes. The entire area around your starting location is now teeming with new questlines and things to discover. Will you investigate the strange forest to the west? The cracks in the earth to the east? Or perhaps visit the ruins of a Val city in the north?
I think that's good. A
The
good
atlas
storyline
now
for the
has
endgame.
fixed points of interest at specific locations, giving you specific objectives that are easy to find. Like before though, no matter which objective you choose, going to towers to see
Wait,
what's
what
out
did they do
there
at
is
Breach?
always a good idea. The first time you do that though, something new happens. The earth shakes, and a gigantic fortress rises from the earth,
Amazing.
a remnant of the ancient precursor civilization.
Yeah, the end game is story modes now. New character? Yeah, no new character. We got new ascendancies for Monk and
The
Huntress.
cataclysm of the beast has caused an ancient protocol to be invoked.
Yeah, the
Should
full game
corruption
will
ever
drop
take
after
hold
this
to this
update.
degree,
Which, December?
The world must be scoured and purged of corruption. You will need to make your way into the fortress and activate the gates. Gain the keys to reach these ancient precursor weapons and disarm them. But this will be no easy task. The fortress has many areas to explore and many new things to find.
Okay. What kind of stuff?
You will power up ancient machines, fight new and deadly foes, discover many new areas,
I love that fire
and
ability. It's
uncover
so
some
good.
dark secrets. Now, the Fortress is the first of the new full in-game storylines that we're adding in 050, and there's a lot going on with it. But not only that, it has some pretty cool new mechanics as well. The areas inside the Fortress are special. Many of them have new mechanics or rewards that they grant. Like this map, where all the rares are contained in essence crystals. Or this one, which replaces all monster packs in the area with strongboxes.
You never got the end game, bro. Bobby gotta be on it,
Or
bro.
this one, which spawns in his merry spirit that always moves on from a rare after you
Well,
kill it,
Hollow Palm
allowing
got
you
a
to
new
chase it through the
class
entire
dedicated
map.
to it. Martial art. That's what I'm going to be playing. Hollow Palm with the new ascendancy for Monk.
Now, just like the normal areas of the Atlas, you'll need to fight the map boss of each area to complete the map. But unlike a normal map, the ones in the fortress each contain precursor
Nah, bro.
nodes after the boss, and activating these nodes will give you points for the new and improved Atlas passive tree.
Oh my goodness.
Now, we had an Atlas passive tree before, but it was one of the areas of the endgame that just wasn't up to scratch. The Atlas tree now works quite a lot differently.
I see that.
We have significantly upgraded the kind of mechanics that you can find on the Atlas tree. Like this one, that gives a chance to make rogue exiles you fight retreat from combat
What the? They're like, I'm out.
and move to an adjacent map. Before you fight them again, they'll upgrade their gear and come back with a grudge this time.
You got overwhelmed? Bruh, take it easy, bro. Just play
There are
alongside
also a lot
us.
of nodes
You'll
that
get your
combine
progress through
mechanics
just
together
fine.
in new ways, like this one, which lets Ismeri spirits possess strongboxes. All the regular monsters that come out of them are touched by the spirit, and the rares
way
are all
this game
possessed,
kinda works,
giving you some incredible loot potential.
The way I think is more digestible is like focus on a league you enjoy, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3, and just play those. That way it doesn't feel too overwhelming.
You get points from every single area you complete in the fortress.
What was my
And
monk
unlike
was
before,
fire
that
ice.
means you can allocate the entire Atlas tree. Yes, this whole tree can be yours.
But now that
This
we
change
have
is
the
pretty
ability to
important, since it
combine
allows us to be
a
able
weapon
to
with
create
multiple
many
elements
types
into
of
one,
bonuses that we wouldn't have
we
been
might
able
just
to
go
create
pure
before.
ice and just be like
this one, which gives a chance
Neo
for cities to be
Sub-Zero.
invaded by another faction, and can even allow it to contain 2 faction leaders, allowing you to get 2 crisis fragments. If we'd done this kind of thing on the old tree, we would have wanted to spec into it before running a city map, then unspec out of it before running anything else.
Yep.
With full allocation, we can have cool bonuses like these. Now, obviously, we still want to make sure that you have choices that define your in-game Atlas build. So many nodes in the Atlas tree are now multi-choice. Everyone will get the node, but which bonus you choose to use is up to you. Do you want your powerful boss maps to contain more essences, summoning circles, or rogue exiles? But there's also nodes that contain more unusual things. So for example, on this node you can choose. Do you want to give a chance for shrines to instead be given to the map boss in the area, making them more challenging but dropping special loot? Or would you rather give a chance to be given a shrine buff before entering boss arenas, making for an easier fight? Now, I could probably nerd out about cool stuff in the tree all day, but we should probably get back to the fortress. Now, one of the really important things we wanted to do was make it so that all the boss fights in the endgame are now accessible with a quest line. That means
is cool.
that to fight the Arbiter of Ash for the first time, you don't need to get lucky by finding keys. They will be in fixed locations and there's a quest to get them.
Oh,
But
amazing.
the Arbiter of Ash is no longer the pinnacle of Path of Exile 2. For that, you'll need to travel into the very center of the fortress.
That means the market broke for those keys though. You can't sell them
An
with some
incredible
crazy
challenge
amount.
awaits you should you choose to go there. After the storyline, you still unlock keys for pinnacle bosses in the usual way, exploring the world and finding the keys required to get to them.
Okay, just the first
We've
time it
added a
seems.
lot more interesting things to find out there as well. There are now all sorts of mechanics that can spawn on maps in the wilderness. For example, some maps might spawn as a rogue exile hunting ground, containing multiple rogue exiles who are there to hunt rare beasts. You might come upon them in the middle of a fight and be able to take out both of them.
When did the Rogue Exile come in? I think that was
Or a
from
map
last
of
season?
champions that makes all the natural inhabitants of the area into magic monsters. Or this one that causes all shrines in the area to release as merry spirits when used. Once you have explored and found your keys, you can return to fight the pinnacle in the fortress again. But this version of him will be harder. And not only that, he'll have new unique rewards as well.
They added 3 million unique.
Each time you fight him, you
skill
get the
trees.
ability to activate one section of the fortress. And any maps that you didn't finish there will be automatically completed, giving you all the Atlas points.
Oh,
So if you're the type of player who doesn't want to explore the fortress, and instead just race out into the infinite Atlas, you still have a way to get all those points.
damn, that's cool.
So that's the Origins of Divinity storyline. It's a huge amount of new content with a ton of new areas, 5 new bosses, including a pinnacle, with a bunch of new unique items.
Oh my
But
God.
not only that, it also completely revamps the Atlas tree and includes a ton of new map mechanics that you can find both inside and outside the fortress. But this is just one of the new storylines. So let's talk about the next one now,
My God.
Masters of the Atlas.
There's more?
Now, earlier we talked about how the multi-choice nodes in the tree allow you to still have an in-game Atlas build, but we didn't think that was quite enough. You have an ascendancy class for your passive tree. Why not an ascendancy class for your Atlas tree?
Bruh.
Well, that's where the Masters of the Atlas come in.
What are you
Throughout
talking
Raid
about?
Class are many opportunities for those with the skills to find them. Atlas Masters are willing to train you in these skills if you're able to help them in return. One such master is Jado, a member of the Order of the
Jado?
Jinn,
He had a
an
killer instinct.
organization that secures powerful artifacts to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Jado will send you on missions to investigate strange occurrences on the Atlas and recover the artifacts causing them. And for each one you recover, he will gain more trust in you and teach you more ways of the Order of the Jinn. At level 1, you could choose to massively increase the chance for rare and unique chests, or make it so that all map bosses drop an additional unique item,
Damn.
or make corrupted waystones have an additional modifier, but at the cost of making them send you to a totally unknown location. Each mission you complete for Jado will unlock another row of abilities and give you another point to allocate, letting you choose how you want to specialize.
My God.
But there are other masters too. For example, Hilda. Hilda is a member of a guild of monster hunters. She will send you on missions to assassinate specific deadly creatures around Rayclass.
Okay,
and
I'm gonna
harness
join
their
her. A
guns.
monster hunter?
In exchange, she will teach you her monster hunting skills, like this one, which adds a 25% chance to upgrade any map boss to a powerful version. Or this one, which makes his Marian spirits no longer possess rare monsters, making them go for the unique bosses in the area instead. You might notice that many of the effects on these are both upsides and downsides. So Hilda, for example, can make it so that you only get one attempt when fighting pinnacle bosses. But in exchange for that, they always drop 2 uniques.
Bruh.
Because of that, we wanted it to be easy to swap between them depending on what you're doing. As you unlock each master, they will appear on the side of the screen. Simply click whichever one you want to use to run the map, and all the bonuses you have selected for that master will be activated.
Bruh.
This allows you to have a few different strategies that you can quickly pick between, depending on what you're running at the moment.
So you're not just running
The one
maps
thing that's
anymore.
been pretty obvious is that the in-game leagues we created when launching Early Access in 010 were not really up to the standard of the leagues we did since then. Fate of the Vile and Rise of the Abyssal just have a lot more going on than Delirium or Expedition, for example. We wanted to do a serious upgrade to all of these mechanics before we do our 1.0 release, and so that's what we've done. All 4 of the leagues we launched in Early Access have been upgraded with not only new quest lines, but new mechanics, new crafting systems, new uniques, and new pinnacle bosses. One of the really important changes we made to all the leagues is that you can now find them on the Atlas in specific locations, and each one has a quest line that will lead you there to being able to complete the league, along with its Atlas tree and its pinnacle boss.
Oh, so we're all
This
congested.
is true even for the leagues that we didn't do major redesigns to. So let's use Abyss as an example. When you first encounter one in the endgame, you'll get a quest that leads you to the east, where you will find these mega abyss cracks in the earth leading away from the Well of Souls. All the maps along the cracks will contain abysses with special properties, and
My
mapping
God.
along these cracks will close the Atlas scale abysses, giving you points for the Abyss Atlas tree. At the end of each Atlas abyss, you'll find an Abyssal Depths, with the boss fight for one of the Abyssal factions, giving you a guaranteed way to fight them. And after completing all 3, you'll get a key for the Well of Souls, allowing you to fight the Vessel of Kulamak. This kind of thing makes an in-game league so much more friendly for new players, giving people obvious goals and a guided experience to complete them. Alright, so let's talk about the first of the upgraded leagues, Delirium, and its new storyline, The Hare and the Raven.
Okay, buckle up.
As you may remember, during Act 4 you were tricked into releasing an ancient entity from a Karui prison known as Tangmazu, the Raven Trickster. Tangmazu delights in breaking the minds of those who step through his mirrors, and when touching one, he will attempt to destroy your mind with twisted abominations generated from your worst fears.
Okay.
In Return of the Ancients, the first time you approach one of his Delirium encounters in the endgame, you will find Elder Maddox locked in a trance. His
Yo,
mind
he's
is trapped
vibing.
in one of Tangmazu's delusions, and you will need to free him.
There's a progress bar now.
Once free, Elder Maddox demands that as you caused this problem, you should put it right. He asks you to travel west to the Withered Willow, the location he believes that Tangmazu first gained his powers. But be careful. As you travel there, the Raven Trickster will attempt to break your mind. Each map around the Withered Willow features Delirium encounters. Now this is more than a simple quest upgrade. The mechanic of Delirium has been overhauled and expanded. At the bottom of the screen, there is now a bar that indicates how deep
I don't know
into
how they can
Delirium
put so
you
much
are.
content, bro.
You can see which direction leads deeper by looking at the fog, and the deeper you go, the more challenges you will face. By looking at the bar, you can see how long you have until the Delirium ends. And you can also see special encounters that you will face if you're able to go deep enough into the fog. At the end of the bar is always the boss of the map, but we now have a variety of other encounters that you might find as you explore the horrors of your own mind. For example, you might encounter a purple mirror shard that when shattered will cause all the enemies to become more nightmarish. After hitting this, you'll notice the Delirium demons are enhanced, significantly more powerful, larger, and scarier in general, along with
Amazing.
more rewards. Or should you encounter a red mirror shard, you'll be sent into the depths of your mind.
What happens?
And must escape it while fighting off hordes of your worst fears.
Oh my gosh, everything's just on steroids now.
If you are able to do so, you will gain a powerful amulet with 2 instilled notables on it. Once you reach the Withered Willow, Elder Maddox discovers that a shard of the mirror is missing. You will need to track down Tangmazu and restore it if you have a hope of discovering how to defeat him, and that means entering the Raven Trickster's mirrors in an attempt to locate him. Each area around the Withered Willow contains Delirium encounters.
Yeah, they're too
so
far
that's a
ahead
good place
now.
to start.
Before anyone
As
tries
you
to
do
keep up,
Deliriums,
they've
some
already
of the
jumped
special
like
encounters
10
will drop
levels.
Liquid emotions. Normally these emotions can be used to instill amulets to add notable passive buffs to them, but in Return of the Ancients, emotions have a new function as well. Each one now has the ability to add crafted mods to jewels, allowing you to add specific mods to an item slot that can be quite difficult to roll. For example, Liquid Despair will allow you to add critical hit chance, while Liquid Suffering will allow you to add movement speed or Air of Effect to your jewels. But there are many more.
My
Once you've done
God.
enough Delirium
Yo,
encounters,
the builds
the
are gonna be
location of the Grand
crazy.
Mirror, an entrance into Tangmazu's realm is revealed. But it won't be that simple to enter. Using his powers, he reflects the map boss for a ridiculous empowered fight, then destroys the entrance into his realm of madness.
Absolutely crazy.
In order to find him now, you'll need to let the insanity fully into your mind. A strange fruit is left behind which you can consume to fully embrace the madness in an attempt to reach the Raven Trickster's realm.
Oh yeah, just put your hand there,
Consuming the
eat
fruit
that.
will cover an entire area of the Atlas in fog, and every map you do in the fog will get progressively harder and harder as you explore the deeper reaches of your mind. At some point you enter a new layer. A simulacrum of your memories, twisted and perverted by the Raven Trickster. Should you be able to complete the simulacrum, Tangmazu will believe that you are worthy of a true challenge, and will let you take the remaining shard of his mirror,
No, I don't
allowing
think
you to enter his realm of madness back at the Withered Willow.
we needed more things
If
to
you
do.
dare to face him, it will be a fearsome challenge. So,
Oh my
that's the new
God.
storyline of Delirium. As you can see, it's not only a quest line, there are new mechanics, new crafting options, and new boss fights. But one question you might have is, what happens after?
Huh?
Well, once you've completed the story, grand mirrors will start appearing on the Atlas sometimes after completing Delirium encounters. After doing the Grand Mirror, you can select where on the Atlas you want to do your fruit-induced drug trip and get another key to fight Tangmazu. But this time, the fight will be quite a bit harder, and not only that, the fight will be able to drop a bunch of new uniques that were not available in the questline version. We'll show some of those later.
My God.
After doing a Grand Mirror, the decision of where to spread the fog can be important, because there are some potent emotions that only come from certain map bosses affected by Delirium this
I feel
way.
like I got that map
Like all
GIF
emotions,
emoji
they
in
can
front of
craft
me. There's
special
just
mods
so
into
much
jewels.
going on. I need like
But
a
these
breakdown.
potent
Just
emotions
breakdown.
can create mods that you can't get any other way. So for example, potent liquid melancholy is an emotion that can only come from human bosses and allows you to add a variety of on-hit effects. Also, you might want to try instilling amulets with these emotions. They could have some interesting effects with some powerful notables that do not normally exist on the tree. Like Storm's Rebuke, which makes armor break boost your cold and lightning damage. But also notables from a clearly deranged mind, like Calm's Blessing. This skill allows you to ancestrally boost fire spells after using a Warcry. How about using an ancestral Flame Blast? Now, just like before, you can also upgrade the League by getting points for a dedicated Delirium Atlas tree. But this now works in a much better way and has much cooler effects.
How much longer in this
The maps
video?
in the
Mike?
Delirium
We're
area
only
of the
halfway
Atlas give you
through.
Delirium
My
plus
God.
points for completing them, so it's easy to see how to progress.
Oh my
Some
God.
nodes will add new types of mirror shard encounters to your Deliriums. Like this one, which will pause the Delirium for some amount of time, allowing you to more easily get to higher depths. Or this one, which adds extra Delirium modifiers to monsters when you pick it up. There are also nodes that can add new types of drops, like this one, which modifies simulacrum encounters to add special liquid emotions, which can craft time-lost jewels. And nodes that apply to the Atlas mechanics of the
It comes out on the
League,
29th.
like this one, which
I already
causes
told my
the
wife.
Grand Mirror to spread Delirium fog over a larger area of the Atlas, potentially containing multiple simulacrums. Alright, so that's the changes to Delirium. The core mechanic now includes a bunch of new things to find, new monsters to kill, and has
I
new
feel like
mechanics on the
Delirium is
Atlas.
its own game now.
It also has new crafting system for jewels, and over 20 new unlockable notables for amulets. Not only that, we have a new pinnacle boss with a bunch of new unique items, and a massively upgraded Atlas tree just for Delirium. But there's still a lot more to come, so let's talk about Breach next.
Oh, I love Breach.
When you first do a Breach in the endgame, you will find Aelith, one of the Keepers of the Flame, an ancient order of monks dedicated to preventing the Hiveborn from entering the world.
Of course, as monks.
As you seem to be a keen slayer of demons, Aelith would like to recruit you to the Order and asks that you travel to their monastery to the south. On the way there, you'll start to encounter more breaches, and will notice one of the first changes to the breach mechanic.
With the
You
fire?
still have to kill monsters as fast as you can to keep the breach open, but now you can visibly see how much time you have left to keep it open, and how each kill extends its duration. Once you've reached the monastery, you will learn more about the Keepers. In the 25 years since the events of Keepers of the Flame in Path of Exile 1, the war with the Hiveborn has not gone well, and they have managed to establish a foothold in the world nearby. A gigantic area has fallen to the Scourge, and the Keepers are unable to get inside. Inside the monastery is the Genesis Tree, a powerful asset to the war effort, stolen from the enemy and gifted to the Keepers by the Dreamer himself.
How'd you move that?
Using the tree, Aelith could create a breach stone and penetrate the Hiveborn foothold, but without Hive Blood, the tree has withered. To get Hive Blood, you will need to take advantage of another new mechanic of breach. If you can keep the otherworldly portal open for long enough, the breach will stabilize and will enter a new phase.
Overtime.
Hiveborn will send their toughest miscreations to defeat you, and the breach will not close until you can annihilate them, dropping Hive Blood that you can use to restore the Genesis Tree.
Goddamn.
In some cases, you may even attract one of the deadliest foes the Hiveborn can offer, a Marshal of Zesht. These monsters also drop womb gifts, and if you take these to the Genesis Tree, they can be used to craft items to help you in the war against the Hiveborn. Given that 25 years have passed since the beginning of the war, the tree has
Amazing.
grown and withered many times, but with each cycle it learns and expands its abilities. When you first open the Genesis Tree, you will notice these holes into which you can place your womb gifts. Each womb gift can be used to create a different type of jewelry and must be fertilized with Hive Blood. So for example, you can place this amulet womb gift into the tree and it will give birth to a random rare amulet. But the Genesis tree is capable of much more. As you continue to feed the tree, its branches will regenerate and allow you more and more control over what kind of items it will birth. So for example, this branch of the tree will allow you to control which base types of amulets can be birthed.
My God.
And as you go deeper, it will even allow you to create new base types that you can't get anywhere else.
So essentially what's going to happen, you're going to play one league, go crazy in it like this one, make the
Like
rare
this one,
stuff,
which gives you an entire
sell it
spirit
on the
skill for
market,
free.
then buy the best stuff from the other
Or
leagues.
this one, which has a rune socket in it.
Because how can you do all of these? You can't.
To the left and right are branches that will let you control which mods the amulet can get, including making sure that they're higher level,
I
or
can
controlling
see
which
it's
specific
back.
mods that they will always have. With
Breach-
15 points
Breach
to
is OP.
allocate, you will have to choose wisely how you want to specialize your crafts. But it's worth noting that this tree doesn't have any cost to respecking it. You can enable or disable the nodes at any time by clicking on them. On rings, we've also added some really interesting new crafting options as well. You have a bunch of new base types like these, but you also have entire new classes of mods that can be added. The right-hand branch of the ring tree adds an entire new set of caster mods to rings. From basics like extra elemental damage for spells, or more niche options like this mod that increases the rate you gain seals for Unleash. And on the left-hand side, you can unlock an entire new set of mods for minion characters. This stuff is actually pretty important, because casters and minion builds didn't have as many slots with interesting item crafting compared to attack builds. The Genesis tree narrows that gap. There are also trees for belts and currency. I won't go over them too much here, but there are all sorts of goodies in these too, like being able to create new catalysts for jewels, or a belt that gives lightning damage.
Nice.
Once you've done enough breach encounters, you may finally get a womb gift capable of birthing a breach stone.
Let's go fight the boy
And you
now.
can then use it on the Hiveborn incursion. Once used, the true extent of the Breach Demon's foothold becomes clear. They have not only transformed the land, but constructed huge sky hives as well. When you enter the outskirts of their realm, you will discover breach hives. Using the power of the Keepers of the Flame, these otherworldly structures can be burned away when walking through them. But for each one destroyed, more of the Hiveborn will attack when you attempt to purge the hive.
Bruh. Bruh.
These encounters are particularly rewarding for womb gifts, so you'll want to do as many of these as you can. But your real goal are the sky hives deeper into the domain. These twisted creations are securing the demon's entry into our world. Inside the very center are the Breach Lords Tool and Ash, and you will need to defeat them if you want to get rid of the foothold once and for all. Now, once you've completed the questline version, there is still more to do. You will find other breach domains on the Atlas randomly in your travels. For each one, you will need to find a breach stone, destroy the sky hives, and defeat the
That
breach
thing said
lords.
wave 12 of 24.
And doing these encounters is what will give you access to fight Zesht, the existing Breach Pinnacle boss, which you can access by communing with the Dreamer himself inside the monastery.
Nice. 1.0 is in December.
While completing the questline for Breach, you will also be gaining points for the Breach Atlas tree, and there are a lot of cool new options here. This node will cause breach hives to spawn outside of the Hiveborn domains on the Atlas. And this one will give Aelith additional abilities that you can use while attacking a hive. Like this one, which causes all Hiveborn in the next wave to be magic, drastically increasing their difficulty in exchange for way more items. There are also nodes that allow you to control your rewards, like this one, which adds a set of new lineage supports to the Marshal of Zesht.
Bro, I still can't believe they still gotta add the
Or
swords.
this one, which lets you control
Like
which
Duelist
womb
and
gifts
all
you
the
will get.
others. Yeah, this is for POE too.
There's also some nodes that affect the Genesis tree, like this one, which will cause Zesh to drop his
Matt,
head,
just jump in
which when
now.
returned to the
with this
Genesis
one.
tree will grow a grasping orchid on the side of it. You'll have to experiment to find out what this thing is good for. Putting rings on its fingers seems to make it happy.
Nice.
So that's a rundown of what you can expect from the new Breach questline. There's a new stabilization mechanic for breaches, hive encounters, and hiveborn incursions
No
on the
swords.
Atlas. But you also have a huge new crafting system and new bosses as well. Alright, so let's talk about the Rite of the Nameless storyline next. When you first complete a ritual in the endgame, Aoife, a lost spirit, will
I
appear.
can't handle anymore.
She appears to need your help, but isn't able to communicate more than a few words, beckoning you to come to the Wildwood. Like the other leagues, Ritual now has a place on the Atlas to call home. The Wildwood could be found to the west. When you first arrive there, Aoife's spirit will guide you in, where you will discover that inside the Wildwood, spirits
Blaze,
can
this
take
is the time.
physical form.
There's more? I
Aoife
know.
has been bound to this place by the King and
This
the
is the
Mists,
ritual rework.
and requests that you free her. But in order to do so, you will need her body, currently in possession of the King. To reclaim it, you will need to gain an audience with him.
Yeah,
Inside
each one's
the
its own
Wildwood,
league.
there are many
That's why,
ritual
like,
encounters
honestly,
to
if you want to
complete.
play light the
Like
game,
before, in
just
each
focus on
area,
the league
triggering
you like
rituals will
as you get
resurrect the
introduced to
nearby
them through the
bound monsters to
story,
attack you,
and just
and
play
killing
that
the
one.
monsters will give you tribute.
You can make good
In
stuff,
addition, each ritual
and
you
you
do
can
in
sell
the
it on the
area will
market
add the
and
monsters
buy
from the
like other good
previous
stuff
ritual,
from
making the encounters
market
much
from
more
the other
challenging
leagues.
the more rituals you complete.
How much content does
Once
it
you've
have?
completed them,
Infinite.
spend your tribute to get items.
Infinite.
Now, an important change to the rewards of Ritual is that all the items in the reward window are now uniques or omens, making this league's rewards much more valuable than before. In order to gain an audience with the Nameless King, you need to sacrifice tribute to him.
Nameless
Any
King, huh?
remaining tribute you don't spend can be sacrificed this way to fill up this bar. Once you have enough tribute for an audience, return to the Wildwood to divine his location with the Nameless Shrine. His location will be revealed deeper in the Wildwood, and you will need to make your way to him, kill him, and get Aoife's body. Using her body, you can attempt to release her spirit. But
Here
this
we
is
go.
when you learn about the true threat of the League. The Wildwood is built on top of an ancient prison. The King in the Mists didn't gain his power out of nowhere. He was granted it by an ancient being of darkness known as the Bodark, and the Nameless King's use of this power has been causing the prison to weaken. In order to prevent the Bodark from entering the world, a champion will need to enter its prison and beat him back.
David
But
Nurk is
those
here.
with a name are unable to survive there. In order to do so, you will need to transfer your
just
name
woke
to
up.
another with a new mechanic in the Ritual League, the Rite of the Nameless. The Rite will begin in a nearby forest. At first, it appears to be a regular ritual encounter, but that will soon change. The final ritual of the area will include the map boss,
Just
and defeating
so
him
much.
will give you a piece of the effigy onto which you will transfer your name. But the ritual is still not complete. Once
That's
the
a
map
good thing,
boss
they
is
put a lot of
defeated,
thought into the game.
Atlas will open, and you will need to pick another adjacent
How do you even
map
think
to
of all
continue
this?
the ritual. During the rite, each adjacent map will have different rewards to tempt you.
And honestly,
So
how
for
is this guy
example,
remembering all
if you
these
go in
things
this
in the
direction,
game?
you
My
get
God.
significantly more tribute. But if you go in this direction, the uniques in the reward window will turn into currency instead. You can also sometimes get offered specific items that will be added as rewards. So in this case, you'll have to choose if you want to get 5 Chaos Orbs or a Mage Blood. A difficult decision, I'm sure. Now, as this is one continuous ritual, the encounters in the next map won't start from scratch. They contain all the monsters that were gathered from the rituals of the previous map as well, making them harder and harder.
Oh my
And
goodness.
that includes the map boss too. You will need to defeat both map bosses in the final encounter for your next effigy piece. And it still doesn't end there. Pick another map, another reward, and add another map boss to continue until the ritual of the Nameless is
Oh
complete.
my
It will
God.
take 5 maps in all, and will be an incredible challenge.
Ritual is insane.
But once complete, you can return to the Wildwood to perform the final rite. Transfer your name to the effigy, adorn the crown of the Nameless King, and enter the prison. Now, of course, once the Pinnacle boss is complete, the League doesn't end there.
It never ends there.
As you do rituals on the Atlas, you can continue to give tribute to the King in the Mists for another audience. Pick another forest to begin the Rite of the Nameless once more, and this time with a harder pinnacle boss and new unique items to find. Of course, we've also significantly upgraded the Ritual Atlas tree. Get points by completing maps in the Wildwood, and you'll be able to unlock some pretty cool nodes. Some of them affect the Rite of the Nameless, like this one, which extends its duration. You thought fighting 5 map bosses at once was hard? How about 6?
Information overload? I know,
Or
I
this
feel
one,
it.
which makes maps during the Rite have more reward mods, often having 2. You also have nodes that allow things to combine with other content, like this one, which gives a chance for rituals to be created inside summoning circles, adding a random boss to the ritual encounter. There is even a node which adds a new type of possible ritual, the Audience with the Queen, which causes the Bride of the King to sometimes appear. Okay,
Oh, dude,
so
right?
that's ritual. But let's have a look at what this means for endgame content as a whole for Path of Exile 2. When you include the expedition changes made by the League, we have a total of 5 new endgame storylines, each of which has a hub, crafting systems, areas to explore, NPCs, and a pinnacle boss as a capstone. Not to mention the Masters of the Atlas storyline as well. But more importantly, you now have immediate quests as soon as you arrive at the endgame, and goals with obvious progressions that you can see how to finish. Each endgame questline has a progress bar that you can pop out from the side of the Atlas screen at any time.
Yeah, they really want to
that
help
shows
people
you how far through
guide
you are,
them.
and buttons that will take you to the hubs for them.
This game needs a guide.
Overall, it's just a way better endgame experience with a significant number of fun objectives to complete. But just in case you didn't have enough goals, we did have one other thing that you might want to complete this league.
No.
These are called challenge leagues after all. Where are all the challenges? Well, players of Path of Exile 1 will be used to the fact that each league comes with a series of challenges that you can complete in order to prove that you are indeed the best. We haven't done these yet in Path of Exile 2, but it's time to change that. If you're able to complete them, you'll
No
earn pieces
samurai,
of the Knight
bro.
of
They do a
Elder armor
samurai
set.
class? Oh my
Opening
god.
the challenge screen will show you a series of 8 challenges. After completing each one, anyone in chat or in the forums will be able to see your prowess.
Nice. Flexing
In
the homies.
addition, you'll get a statue to put in your hideout showing anyone you trade with how many challenges
You
you've
know,
completed.
and you're right. This is all
You'll
a
earn the
free
first
update
piece of the
too.
armor set after doing 2 challenges, and the full armor set after
No, there's no
completing all
samurai
8.
class.
So that covers all the content you'll encounter
Bro,
in
there
Return of the
was? My
Ancients.
god.
But what about some new tools to fight
The
against
closest
these
we
new
have is
pinnacles with?
duelist.
Well, we also have some new ascendancy classes as well. But to introduce them, I'll hand you guys back to Mark.
As Jonathan said,
Okay, this is where
we
things
have
get-
2 new
get
classes to show
spicy.
you today. The Spirit Walker and the Martial Artist. Let's start with the Huntress's new class, the Spirit Walker. The Spirit Walker has developed an affinity with the
How was
Asmerian
Huntress?
animal spirits. She is able to infuse the power of multiple spirits at her choosing. On the bottom part of the class, you will find paths for each wisp you would like to commune with, be they primal, vivid, or wild. Each one can give you different abilities that align with the stag, owl, or bear. Each ability gives you a
I
method
know, bro.
to
The
become
game is
possessed
$30
by wisps
for
of
all
that
this.
type,
Just buy
and
it.
a new ability when you spend them.
And all this is free
The
afterwards.
stag allows you to summon stampedes when you attack. The owl grants boons in the form of their feathers, which adds extra projectiles and enhances the projectile speed of your next skill. And the bear simply summons a giant bear companion to your
So,
side. The bear will maul, slam, leap, and do intimidating
Wait,
roars
was the
to
Huntress a
debuff
class that had the whole
enemies.
parry thing, or was that someone else?
Now you can specialize more into each of these wisps, but if you want to combine all 3 of them, then a new hidden power will be unlocked. The power of the sacred
What are you
wisps.
doing?
This
Uh-oh.
node is free and enhances the quality of all 3 of your spirit animals. Your bear will take some of the damage you take and grant you life regeneration. Your stags will become more aggressive, leaping towards enemies. And your owl-empowered skills will leave a trail of soaring ground behind them. But that's not all. The Spirit Walker has other powers beyond wisps, such as Idolatry, which can give you large bonuses for using idle socketables in your equipment. And this one, which is my absolute favorite. The Spirit Walker, having attuned herself with nature, can gain the ability to tame beast bosses,
This is
opening
insane.
up a whole suite of very cool options for your build.
Insane.
Maybe you tame the mighty Silverfist in the jungle.
I need
Depths.
Rajang right there, bro. That's actually really cool.
Or maybe a 3-headed chimeral beast in the chimeral wetlands.
You know GPU's gonna cry? I know.
Or then there's a giant frozen owl beast, Rakar, the frozen talon. There's so many choices, You're going to have to experiment a bunch with this one, and I'm very excited to see what bosses you all choose to have.
We
as a
have
trusted
infinite
boss
builds
companion.
now.
Next up, we have the Monk's new ascendancy class, the Martial Artist.
Oh
After
my
decades of
goodness.
training, he has mastered 3 of the 7 hollow techniques. Channeling hollow form technique allows the martial artist to create illusions of himself, which then use a skill of your choosing. Perfect for turning skills with less area of effect into ones that can obliterate packs with ease.
You know, that's gonna be good for bossing, but we need some for mapping.
Should you find yourself overly vulnerable while channeling, you might want to take Way of the Mountain, which causes you to be covered in stone when you immobilize enemies, mitigating large amounts of damage.
Nice.
This can even enhance your attacks too. By hardening your weapon in stone, you can deal even more damage. After taking Hollow Focus technique, you can manifest your spiritual energy into objects. In this case, bells, which will appear around the martial artist and can be shattered by any of his attacks, even ones from the Hollow Form technique earlier.
And that's for AoE. This is
Hollow
cool.
Resonance technique furthers that by adding a manifested bell to your back, which rings each time you deal a critical strike, damaging all enemies around you.
Jeez.
Through all the martial artist's thorough training, he has mastered the flow of internal spiritual energy too, and has engraved runic tattoos around his meridians. By doing this, he can gain the benefit of extra runes.
This is
Just
wild.
open your inventory and add the runes. There is one that counts as a helmet, 2 as a body armor, 1 as
Just
gloves,
instant buffs.
and 1 as boots. Finally, your hands, the ultimate expression of a master of the martial arts. Taking Way of the Stone Fist will cause your gloves to become a new base type when equipped. Each modifier on the original pair of gloves has an equivalent, more powerful, and more impactful modifier. For example, these gloves add some physical damage, cold damage, lightning damage, some resistances, and life gain on hit.
Uh-huh.
Now, when I equip these, they become literal fists of stone, and not only grant me a bunch more evasion and energy shield,
Damn.
they now also grant a lot more damage, some maximum resistances, and a significantly higher amount of life gained on hitting enemies.
Oh my god.
With
Yo,
all the different
that'd be
rune
a
combinations you could do, and the different modifiers and gloves, there's a ton of different build options, and we're looking forward to seeing what you can come up with. Now, with so
Crazy.
many new bosses in Return of the Ancients,
Oh my
of course we
God.
want to have a huge number of unique
Glove meta,
rewards.
bro.
There are some pretty cool things in here, so we wanted to show you a few of them.
Stop.
Twisted
How many
Imperium is
divines?
a two-handed
Yes.
mace made from the purest of
How many
Varusi,
more?
combined with the beast's corruption.
More.
It converts
Oh my
all of your
God.
mace's skills fire damage to cold, and visually does so too, turning your
Yo,
volcanic
I forgot to
fissures
open a
into
loan
glacial
for this
ones.
monk build. My god.
This mace also comes with its own built-in skill, Starborn Onslaught.
Oh
Using
my
Glory,
goodness.
you can leap backwards, throwing your mace at the ground, creating Varusium fissures, before calling behind it a storm of cold
No,
metallic
these builds
bolts
are
from the
gonna be.
stratosphere.
They have to find a way to bring the cost down because these builds
Next,
are gonna
we
be
have
like
Eventide
200
Petals,
divine.
an amulet that not only grants runic ward, but also comes with its own reservation skill, Midnight Zenith. This skill
Midnight
causes your
Zenith.
critical hits to grant Arctic petals that hover around you.
Oh my god.
Once you have acquired enough of these petals, they will be consumed, creating a floral ice crystal near an enemy.
I think my mind's
Then,
gone at this point. I'm just
destroy
watching.
that crystal to do devastating cold
I
damage
can't
to
retain
everything
any
around
more
you.
information.
The Raven's Flock is a staff perfect for minion characters. Not only does it grant spirit reservation efficiency and minion damage, it also allows your minions to inflict grueling madness on hit, slowing enemies and making all other slows on them more powerful
You like
for
that?
maximum crowd control. That's not where this item shines though. It grants a skill called Spiraling Conspiracy. This skill causes a flock
Whoa.
of ravens to circle you, dealing damage over time to anything near them.
Wow.
Killing enemies, or
walking
just by
build.
standing near unique enemies,
It gets bigger.
causes the flock to grow, getting larger and larger.
Oh my god.
For your POE 1 players, you can think of this just like a Raven Righteous Fire. That's not
Bruh.
all, however. These ravens are also minions, so they fully scale with minion damage.
No
and come
way.
With their own command skill.
No
Mad
way.
Flight. This command skill causes your flock to create a
Bro.
tunnel of deathly damage.
The most
between a
chill
set of
build
illusory
ever.
Mirrors, obliterating anything in between.
And also too, this is like early game build. Wait till you see the end game versions of this.
Horror's Flight is a pair of gloves and steel. with the
Literally no
purest of
button
fear.
build.
Equipping these
None.
causes your enemies to become terrified of you. These gloves cause you to gain stacks of fear incarnate when you cull enemies. To aid in your culling, these gloves also come with the skill Crushing Fear.
Imagine taming a boss
This
with
is
that,
similar to
bruh.
the monk skill Killing Palm.
Wait.
Except
I
it deals
wasn't
chaos
paying
damage,
attention. What happened?
And the amount of damage and area of effect scales drastically.
Go back.
Horror's Flight is a pair of gloves instilled with the purest of fear. Equipping these causes your enemies to become terrified of you.
Nice.
These gloves cause you to gain stacks of fear incarnate when you cull enemies. To aid in your culling, these gloves also come with the skill Crushing Fear. This is similar to the monk skill Killing Palm, except it deals chaos damage, and the amount of damage and area of effect scales drastically based on the
my
power of the enemy.
God, that's cool as hell.
As you use this, gain your stacks of Fear Incarnate, which increases your culling threshold, meaning enemies become easier and easier to cull.
Oh my
Even to the
God.
point of being able to instantly kill some monsters from full life. Sylvan's Effigy is a scepter for those wanting to run companions.
You telling me Monk
It
can
allows you
walk
to have
around?
any number of
That's it?
companions of different types.
That's it, bro.
Instead of the normal restriction of just one per type. But what makes this cool is the Asmerian wolf companion it comes with. This is a persistent
Yo,
minion
Flicker's
that
gonna be
bites
so
foes to
OP.
maim them, leaps to cause bleeding, and even howls to buff nearby allies. Additionally, it comes with the command skill Eternal Hunt, which when used it will howl, calling on the spirits to manifest spectral wolves to ambush all foes around you. Liminal Coil is a crazy wand. It allows you to apply as many curses as you please, but those curses will have no effect. What's the point then? 2 reasons. Firstly, your spells gain a bunch of extra physical and chaos damage for each curse on enemies.
I'm glad to add little effects.
Secondly, is the skill it grants called Coiling Bolts. This skill is a projectile spell that fires coiling physical and chaos projectiles with every cast. What makes this skill truly special though, is that it will split and chain through every cursed enemy, causing an absolute ruckus.
My God.
See for yourself. Periphery is a unique bow, which utilizes all the powers of the Asmerian spirits by dealing damage of all elements. And all elements can cause all ailments. The coolest thing about this bow, however, is the Asmerian Swarm skill. These are minions that are summoned when you kill enemies. They will pursue all nearby enemies, damaging them and inflicting a debuff on them that boosts your elemental damage even further.
Oh my God.
Watch as you mow enemies down, and the swarms of Asmerian wisps aid you, melting enemies one screen at a time.
Yeah. My
The
God.
Ordained is a new spear, mastering in
You're
physical
blown
and
away
lightning
too, I
damage,
know.
with high critical strike chance too. This spear allows you to leech life not only from physical damage, but lightning too. It also creates a fragment of divinity nearby periodically. What are those? Well, this spear has the skill Righteous Descent,
Nice.
which is an epic, divine leap, aided by angelic wings.
No.
If you use
new
this skill when a
animation
fragment
now.
of divinity is nearby, it will become empowered, dealing significantly more damage, gaining massive area of effect, and bypassing its cooldown. When fighting a boss, let a bunch of the fragments spawn, and then just unleash your divine havoc, obliterating
Oh my
them.
God. What?
Last, but not least, we have a new unique jewel, Voices.
Huh?
Voices is simple. It consumes 1 jewel slot to add more. There are versions that add 2 jewel slots, 3 jewel slots, and for those who are absurdly lucky or rich, one with 4 jewel slots. Equip it and notice the slots appear next to your character's portrait in the center.
Oh my God.
One of the things we are concerned about is how long it takes for experienced players to replay through the game in each new league. As we learned from Path of Exile 1, one of the things that can really help is having elements in the campaign that tell you where to go, if you know what to look for. We'll cover just one example per act for Acts 1 to 3, but there are many more than just these. For example, Hunting Grounds in Act 1 is a large, sparse area, containing multiple entrances and landmark encounters. Here's an example of some of the changes we've made here. Finding the ritual encounter in this area isn't too difficult. Now after completing it, a trail of locusts will lead to the entrance to Freythorn.
Oh,
Just
good.
follow it and find the
Good.
source of the
Get out the
evil.
goddamn story quick.
You may also find corpses of dead animals, killed and pecked at by the crowbell. You'll notice a trail of blood leading away from them. Follow the trail and it will lead directly to the boss.
Thank God.
We even put a signpost on the road to tell you which way to go to find Ogham Village.
Amazing.
In Act 2,
Give me
in
my
the
yellow
Mastodon
paint.
Badlands,
I've done it enough times.
You need to find the Lightless Caverns and track down the Abyssal. Now to make this quicker, in the level you'll find these cracks. Just follow them, and it will take you right to their lair, allowing you to find and unlock the Well of Souls. In Act 3, the jungle areas have camps of explorers to sell you items. However, they are now even more useful. By talking to the explorers, they will point towards the next area. Not only
God.
that, but it will also reveal it on the minimap,
She's like,
so you can
that
know
way.
exactly where to go.
Hallelujah.
These are just some examples. We plan to do more and more of these over time in order to streamline the experience.
Thank God.
Now, as this is an endgame expansion, it makes sense that we would work on Atlas QOL. We've added a search box that updates live as you type. Have a specific map you want to run? Now they will be much easier to find. If there are multiple maps, hitting enter will move you from map to map. Now, making a character build in Path of Exile 2 can be pretty complex.
Where should I
And
go?
instead
There.
of designing a build yourself, many players enjoy following online build guides.
Oh, yeah.
We have a pretty awesome community that has built many tools over the years for designing builds,
Yep.
but we wanted to improve the experience of following them. So, we are introducing a new build guide system directly into the game client.
Amazing.
Here's how it works. Community creators who write build guides can now create a new file format, a build file. Once downloaded, the builds appear in the in-game client, and selecting one will show you everything you need to know to make that build. So you can see all the passives you need to allocate, ascendancy points you need to take,
Wait, how do I download? How do I
skill
export it?
gems you need to equip, and recommendations for all the support gems you need to use as well.
Wow. That's amazing.
For items, the build designer can specify which uniques to use in each slot, or if needed, just add some notes to the item
Amazing.
slot to say what kind of item you need.
Good. People can
In
stop
fact,
asking me to make those
build creators
goddamn
can
website
add
things.
notes to just about any of these areas, allowing them to explain different trade-offs in context, or just give more info about how these things should be used. They can also give level ranges to each element, allowing recommendations to change over time. Great for builds that need to respec after they reach a certain level. Now, all of this is written in a standardized build format
Auto
that
import a
creators
game
can
like
use. And we imagine that a lot of community build tools will be updated to add support for this format.
Amazing.
Now that we have trade market searching built into the in-game client, we have added the ability to price check items you can find more easily.
Please.
Control-Alt-clicking an item will now search for it on the trade market, showing you the current prices.
Oh my
For rare
God.
items, it's handy to exclude some mods. So
Hallelujah.
we added the ability to enable and disable each mod so you can see what effect each one has on the price.
So good. So good.
Next up, we're going to be talking about the new supporter
All
packs
right, it's
for
over.
Return
Supporter
of the
pack was
Ancients.
the last thing.
Today, we're launching two new
God.
series of supporter packs, the Blood Reaver and Divinity packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in
has a
points,
W.
alongside several exclusive
Amazing.
microtransactions.
Amazing.
As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any
Yo,
way.
I'm about to buy these supporter packs, bro. They
The
deserve
Blood
it.
Reaver
My God.
series of supporter packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions.
I'm buying
Let
it.
blood fuel your bloodshed. The Exsanguinator weapon effect draws the blood of enemies.
Whatever, I'm buying all of them, bro. You guys deserve it.
God
Goddamn.
Turn the appearance of your endurance, frenzy, and power charges into orbiting globules of blood with the Blood Reaver charges.
No, it's kind of
While
dark.
your charges are active, these blood orbs will grow in size when you absorb more blood from nearby enemies. There are options to have pure blood charges, or charges that still display which kind of charge they are at their core. A taste for blood doesn't negate a taste for style. The Elite Blood Reaver armor features crimson leathers and golden accents to set yourself apart from uncivilized leeches. It also features a back attachment, fashioned out of the wing of a colossal bat. Alongside every Blood Reaver is their trusted gargoyle pet. In true gargoyle fashion, they take the form of a stone statue when you are idle,
support them.
leaping into action.
Everyone
when you're
buy
on the move
one. My
again.
gosh.
What good is immortality if you don't have a vast mansion to come home to at the end of the day? The
Okay.
Eternal Blood Reaver supporter pack contains the Blood Reaver Manor Hideout. This exquisite two-story estate features an organ, a grand dining table, and cages for your visitors. You can alter the walls to create as many or few rooms as you like.
Okay. I just like having those small little thing with everything right
Last but
there.
not least, the Servant of the Manor, eternally bound to the Order of the Blood Reavers. This henchman will manage your store, so you can spend more time spilling blood.
Stop that.
You spent 300? Well,
Won't
you supported them already.
disappoint you. But if we do, you've our permission to beat us most violently.
The Divinity Pack series also contains 6
Lovely.
exclusive microtransactions. Call on Divinity to aid you in eluding enemy hits with the Divinity Dodge Roll effect. As you sprint, actual Divine Lightning wings will form out of your back, leaving a trail of radiance as you engage or escape from combat.
I'm getting that one.
For situations that are too dicey, call on the gods above to send down the Storm of Divinity portal to create a safe passage for you to retreat through.
Alright, it's kind of flex.
Adorn yourself with the Knight of Divinity armor set, a highly revered attire only bestowed to those deemed worthy for the divine cause. Equipping the Divine Surge character effect empowers you with a storm of divine energy. Using skills causes the storm to burst from your character, spilling raw divinity into the area around you.
Alright, it's kind of flex.
The Arbiter of Divinity wings are the final piece remaining to emphasize the force divinity has over this realm.
Nah, bro,
This
it's so
ancient
good.
precursor
Deep,
machine was
deep,
found
so
locked
good
away
though.
in a highly guarded
This game
vault.
does an amazing job
Its
making you
original
feel like
purpose is unclear,
stupid OP,
but it has
which
been
is great.
altered to fuel your maps using the pure, everlasting
Extremely
divinity
satisfying.
within the statue. The pillars surrounding represent how many portals you have left for your map. This map device also tracks your progress as you complete the new Origins of Divinity storyline, added this expansion. Additionally, all
And the builds are
microtransactions from the
endless.
supporter
You can do
packs
anything
will
you
be
want.
made
It's
available for
absolutely
use
insane.
in Path of Exile 1. On release weekend, we will also be releasing the Return of the Ancients mystery box, which will contain 2 armor sets, a set of map devices for your in-game adventures, a new tracking scroll that records the amount of currency you've gained from the currency exchange or your shop, and much more, like a set of finisher
Each
effects
season, yeah. Every
and affinity
season, new
stations. That's not all, however. The Fragment Stash tab is finally coming to Path of Exile 2, and with it comes some tabception. Inside this one tab, there's a
Tabception.
tab for your various boss key fragments.
Good.
There's also a tab for all your precursor tablets,
Good.
with each type
Hallelujah.
of tablet getting 6 tabs of storage. Finally, there's a tab for your Jin barriers
Oh my
and inscribed
God.
ultimatums,
Why?
both of which get their own 6
Finally.
tabs. That's a lot of tabs.
So that's everything in 050. This is by far the biggest update we've ever made to POE 1 or 2. New in-game storylines, pinnacle bosses,
Take my money immediately.
crafting systems, items, ascendancy classes.
Oh my god,
and
that
so much
monk.
more.
That thing is so
Now,
aura,
because this
bruh.
update contains so much
So
in-game
aura.
content, we're doing significantly more testing than usual. For that to happen, we're taking a little longer than usual between the announcement and the release. 050 will be released in 3 weeks on May the 29th.
Hey,
with
take
the
your time,
patch notes
bruh.
being released on the Friday before that,
Take your
on May
time.
21st. But there's just one more thing to talk about. Now that the endgame is up to scratch, we have to start talking about our plan for 1.0 release. The feedback we've had during early access has been critical for making all the improvements that we'll be making to the game. At the same time, we had to create enough in-game content to make an RPG that can call itself a successor to Path of Exile 1. Well, with 050, we now believe we have reached that point. And so this is going to be the last
Indeed,
full-size
I'm
league
going,
during
bro.
early access.
Here we go.
That's right. The next big update is going to be 1.0. Now, normally we would do our next big content release in August, but in the run-up to full release, our plans take a little longer on this one. As big as 050 is, 1.0 is even bigger. So we'll be launching 1.0 this year sometime after ExileCon. But that doesn't mean we won't be doing updates in the meantime. In this final phase, we have a lot of things to polish throughout the game and balance to improve. I'm sure there'll also be feedback about the new endgame that we need to incorporate too. The difference is that the focus is not going to be on adding more content like the previous updates, it's going to be on improving what we already have. But we still want to encourage people to try out all the balance changes and improvements that we're making. So we're going to be running a few event leagues during this phase alongside each update. Think remixes of existing mechanics or features. And speaking of ExileCon, don't forget to pencil it in on the weekend of November the 7th in New Zealand. ExileCon is a gathering of our players, and a chance for us to showcase everything we'll be working on for both Path of Exile 1 and 2. And this one will be particularly important for us, since we finally get to unveil some of the coolest content that we've been working on for a while now with Act 5 and 6. Tickets for the in-person event are currently sold out, but don't worry, all the announcements and talks are going to be streamed online for all of you to watch.
Just like that. Incredible. Take care, everybody. Goddamn.